Okay, welcome back to part 3. Welcome to part 3. What if that Deku could time travel? Okay, not time travel, is time travel. He went back in time into his own body. We're currently right now at the start of the entrance exam. Before the end of the entrance exam, Izuku is making his way making his way down the long way to the building. And remember how the first day he was here for a test, he tripped on a piece of rock. Rick, I think it was uneven, most likely. And then time he avoided it, but instead of doing so, he would instead trip and Deku catches him saying, "It's bad luck for your first day to fall face first into the pavement." Usually uses 7% and something's foot on the loose brick and makes it back in place to even out. And hey, good luck. I hope we see you again. She's about to say things until a blonde haired boy says, "Hey, come on, Izuku. Don't stand there talking. Don't stand there and waste time." And Izuku starts talking away. He's like, "Hey, don't do that." The written exam goes perfectly well. When the Izuku came and pried out to the questions were, he got the better answer, getting 90%. If he has something lower than, if he has something higher than anime, then it's definitely higher than, if it's like 100, then yeah, then that's it. But I'd say 90%, right? Because it's impossible to keep perfect. It's almost, you don't always, not everyone has photographic memory, so he's doing his best. It sounds interesting. In the meaning of the robots, Izuku remembers what Ina did. Remembers, right? Ina starts to talk about over the mic about saying they're missing something about that 0.1 these students that. Izuku uses a black pen and covers his mouth. The present mic just keeps explaining. Izuku uses the black pen, but only to the next page and they go out. Izuku sees Yoraka. Then, and says to probably give him confidence and go to the front because it's a better position for him. Izuku remembers Ida trying to stop him, so this time he goes forward, he dodges Ida perfectly and tells her, "Hey, don't worry, everyone's most people are nervous here anyways. But a lot of people are nervous, so believe in yourself, you can do it." The gate is open and Izuku starts running out. Saying, "Hey, there's no countdowns in the battle. Go!" Izuku running out. Starts using only 5% of using 5% of one for all. I like to say enhancement because it still is more and more less of one for all being enhancement for more or less. But you know. It goes like this: 3-pointer. He first destroys 2 3-pointers, and then 2 2-pointers, and 5 1-pointers, and 5 3-pointers. But the 5 3-pointers he uses black whip to summon each other and send them into the ground, making them useless. This is while going for 3-pointers and 1-pointer, 3-pointers and 2-pointers, and merely 1-pointers using a combination of black whip and enhancement. If you want guys want to know, he's using shoot style. The style he only uses his feet for fighting, but it's not like legitly is the one ending that he has, but it's not gonna be as that exactly. It's gonna change him over time using that style, but making it better. He's here in the end, and he's like, "I'm not break. It's time for a break." It feels vibrating, shaking. Like, wait a minute, missed the time. And here's Uraraka screaming and seeing the airport. He's like, "Okay, I did this once when I had nothing, no control over one for all." He's like this, like, "I did this last time with no control. This time I have control, and I'm better." Izuku charges up to 15% and starts running towards the robot, towards Uraraka. And uses a black whip to lift the rubble, having a little trouble. Starts lifting the rubble with black with no problem because he's only 50%. You don't have to use black whip and using. You know how to use the enhancement one fall and black whip at the same time. It just makes it stronger though. Izuku lifts up the rubble easily and throws into the 0 point space, leaving a big dent in it, making it fall backwards. Not controlling, making it tumble backwards. It carries Uraraka Rhino style runs away from the 0 pointer. And Menzo runs and Izuku starts walking it to Uraraka, saying, "Hey, here's someone you should have." It puts her down there and saying, I hope you pass. Hopefully see each other soon." Izuku leaves without Uraraka even able to say thank him again for this. He's on his way home, like, Izuku leaves and thinking, "I know I passed last time, but this time it's definitely different. It definitely was somewhat more friendly this time." Being able to deal with the threat and see the girl, and able to save her. And back in the mid, she back to the entrance scene in the modern room. Like, okay. And the battle starts and the room is the scene. Well, this year we got to match interesting students. There's Baku with his abrasive his style, his aggression, but also his powerful attacks. And the Shinai is there with all the other teachers, and that's like, also the Suzuki kid, he definitely is someone interesting. His fighting style. Most of our examinees are right here. Most of the people who are entering mostly use their fists for fighting. But as Izuku here, mostly focus on using his legs and feet for combat rather than his legs. I guess it's the best style, but it definitely works for him. It's not really the best style. Some heroes tried it, and not really work out too well for them. But Izuku here definitely feels like he has mastery over overage, but it seems like but it feels like it could be better. He just hasn't really. It seems like he mastered the style, but he seems like he wants to improve even more upon it, involving more than just kicks, and more than just kicks. And then we see his uses of other work that is labeled Black Whip, and definitely using it. It's like he's trying to not show off too much. He's like not trying. He's definitely trying hard. He's definitely trying, but he's not really trying to show off all 100%. But he definitely is He definitely is a person to keep an eye on. I was like, yeah. So I think it's definitely interesting. He only sees himself by using 2 quirks he labeled. On the many more he has. The question is why? And like, We shouldn't question it too much, but there's definitely an interesting way of. He's definitely interesting with all the other students we have. Naganada's eye is like, this kid definitely seems like he does have one for all. He's definitely using it. And to the end, like, wow, that definitely is somewhat more powerful than All Might. All Might when he was younger, when he uses not as much. And Paul does stop power and makes it stronger, so he definitely, I don't see the power, but is he definitely the next user, most likely? The user that has it right now? Well, not exactly. Okay, I believe, is this definitely confirms, Founders confirms more of it, more and more of it. Because more as an enhancement and increases strength and speed, but there seems like there's more than one quirk, apparently, he's using within. This thing got my attention. I might actually might make him do the after he gets the license. I might make him join my in the team. I'm just like thinking I love to see some of the similarities between this mine and his. With him and one for all, I definitely see the similarities between between it. I don't think it's in the hand speed and strength. Is he really hit as much? He really didn't get hit. He mostly was able to dodge it. Not using change shots, just pure just pure instinct. He basically had a bunch of close calls. He was getting hit. But he definitely did. He dodged a lot more. I'm saying, huh. But the thing that throws me off is all the extra quirks he labeled, and the only one I'm only seeing use two. But if he is my successor, then he did a good job mastering most of the things he already listed. Well, only two quirks not labeled, but he had question marks against it, and this is like, this isn't good. I can see why he would be. He may be on my successor on another timeline, and this one he hasn't, but not his help. It's like, Actually, I don't see as much All Might in him with being reckless, but that because I already know. But more likely he has more or less skill he's using to do this. At the end, he will get the same scores. He will get higher placed in. He gets first place. I have to say that because of his knowledge of one for all and how he's like use it. He has another quirk with it, along with it. He really had to use much of smoke to do some stuff, but it definitely works. At all the grading, the three meet up again with the nerves. So, as you know, as we here now talking about Izuku Midoriya again. And you saw recently in the interest of how he is fighting, his fighting style, and all his stats of how he is. Izuku Midoriya has shown through his interest, and his fighting style is interesting, different from other people. There are people who rarely other students usually use their fists or the upper body parts, use the upper body to fight, but Izuku seems to use more of his feet and legs in combat style. And not much of his hand, not much of any other body part. He only uses his hands to use his other part back whip. That makes showing he's not needing UA to actually get trained, but he needs UA to get a hero license. Also, the reason is is he definitely the potential next user? But between what we observe, it definitely seems like he could be the better grasp, better grasp on him and the quirk. I don't really see the similarities between one fall I definitely see some mirrors of he having one for all. I definitely see the potential of having one for all even more clear now. He's definitely needed to see his speed and strength increase, and as he used it more and more, as he used it, increased the power higher at the end when someone needed help. So that heroic spirit as well. The only problem is this kid has other quirks with it. That's one for all. One for all is mysterious quirks. Is mysterious quirk, and I only see him use using 2 out of 7 quirks there is. 2 out of 7 quirks he had. Make me wondering why he's not using those in the quirks. I definitely do see the similarities as Yunezu with him having one for all as well. Having one for all. Him and my sister, I don't see really too much of him being I just don't really know if I can see it though as much as everyone else here. And I had the quirk and I had the quirk as well. This me seeing him I definitely can't see me having one ball and all this one. I really don't see how much of a point of him seeing one ball with all these other quirks. He is labeled. He definitely is more deterrent for me to accept, for me to know, for me to see Izuku Midori having one for all because he has all these other quirks with it. Nurse doesn't have really much to say on the matter. She's like really just there just to listen in. And if she has anything to point out. Nurse, I don't really have much to say on it, but he definitely does that. Him being your sister on is not really much far fetched as I think it is, because I definitely saw his heroic spirit. As soon as someone was in danger, as soon as that girl was in danger, he had no hesitation and started running to save her. Before the zero point could crush her. Before the zero pointer could crush her, and brought her back safely. Him dealing with the threat and saving her at the same time, and making sure she was okay, making sure he brought her to me as soon as he could. So that's like, my him being for all user is definitely more. To me, it seems like he definitely would be the successor. I don't see. You most likely chosen because it's not reckless at all. I don't see. Cause I saw him using the one for all. He's definitely using the quirks. He's not using all his quirks, which is somewhat concerning for me. Don't know why. Maybe not too much as much suspicion, but it would be more suspicious not to use all his quirks than use all, and that if it'd be more suspicious not to use all his quirks than using any of them, than using all of them at once, than using all of them. Venom Run for all definitely makes sense because you would probably choose someone who is a lot more who is more careful using the quirk. Is definitely who definitely seems like they can handle their own. So this makes me confirm he more or less has one for all. This is a bias, but I think after it's time for interviews after he gets his professional license, I might just ask him. I might just send an invitation I might just get Mirio to give an invitation to my agency to work with us. Because then we can see definitely his potential, the potential with him. It's like, okay, that's right. But I definitely can say one thing that mostly on my mind is his fighting style. Still, it's not perfected, it seems like. It seems like he definitely has it. It seems like he knows most of the fighting style, but it seems like he could do more with it, or it's not perfected enough at all. He may think it's great, he may think I perfected it in the last timeline, but I can definitely make it better now. I have more time to work with one for all, and more knowledge and experience. I can definitely I definitely could improve the fighting style, in this takes some time. And when you raise with this and says, and and it says, okay, I think it's time for us to leave. Let me see some other students definitely do have a potential. And then is there anyone that we think we can actually not allow besides anyone else that we cannot allow, like one person that we agree? I might really not want to say anyone, because his morals are pretty high for right here. He believes in people a lot, and he believes a lot of these students could change for the better. Then it says, well, the students in particular, I don't think that belong in class 1A. They have some potential, they have a little bit of potential, but of course I'm harder to decide who's more useful, who's better to be a hero. And making them fail straight out would create a bigger problem for us in the villain world. Two students, Mimeta and I don't know the invisible woman's name, and her. That's just like I do like it, but I think you want to explain to All Might why these two should not be here. First case, Mineta. Quirk Stigma. His quirk is useful in either villain or hero scenario. For anything to switch to his boss for a limited period of time could definitely stop some villains. Especially anywhere, especially if he can stick their hands to anything, if he can get them to anywhere. Their hands would be or legs would be useful to stop villains from fighting or running away, making them stay in place. Same scenario for heroes, except he could definitely use it to grab because he could touch on himself. He could grab he could break a jewelry a case of jewelry with a bunch of break a glass that has a bunch of jewelry behind it and stick it to and use on the stick balls on his head and just grab a bunch of that stuff and stick it to it and before it falls off, he can get away with it, making him not have to carry a bag at all. And if he can really make some heroes stuck in place, they'll not be able to use their quirks because of his abilities. But I agree. Well, the only problem, like I said, the only problem is he has a time limit, and it doesn't seem like it's too long, and it's based on how he's feeling. And it's made Quirk causing pain, which makes him less sticky, which makes him less confident probably, but it doesn't seem like he has less confidence. They have too much confidence, but not too much or not too little. That's the only really big downside, which over time can probably improve. Next is Invisible Girl. For hero work, the only thing I really do see her is being two things. Underground hero, or she's really more or less ready for even for a hero, or an infiltrator person. Her quirk isn't really suited for much of a combat. Is that really suited for combat? Mostly for more sneaking. The only thing her quirk seems to do right now is make her invisible. That's it. It does not make her close invisible with her at all. She has a better chance of she'd be better being a villain than a hero because she could sneak into places and rob banks without anyone noticing that she's there. And it would be harder to catch her. I don't see much potential in it, but I don't really see her being that would be a great idea either. Okay, and then says, okay, that's it for our meeting. I decided to accept the inclining students as I see fit. And that was it for them. Another week, Izuku starts working more in his fighting style. So I think, what is he missing from this style that he's missing from the last style, his original style? He's saying, okay, I'm missing air pressure bullets, but those things I can't really make any. I really can't really make any good ones yet until I can use 20% of one. Until I use 20%. The problem is, last time I tried to do that, I really didn't move when I was using it, which is definitely not a great idea. And I'm not using the crush with it. Using my weapon would not be a great idea. Using it like if I'm in the air and I'm stuck, I can most likely use back to move around, which would be great. And then I use fusion and oh no. The only problem is if I use the only reason I use both to enters him is because I would not just make it's not making it hard for the enemies to see me using my quirk using me destroy them. It also sometimes other examinees because they won't be able to see through it either. Making them have a be able to sneak attack on them and stuff. That's what else I'm missing. I mostly like this time I can use more of this use my fist because I don't have a better chance of breaking them using it 100% on them at this time. Because I didn't really use 100% at all this time, and I kept using my fist to break it. Using my fist 100% a bunch of times and breaking it, making the point if I use one more time on my hands or arms, they would break and I wouldn't be able to use them. I could do that. I could actually use it and still be able to use it this time. Using my fist would be harder to improve, but I don't think it would. Because my the Izuku training more and working on his suit and his fighting style, involving a few more punches, involving some punches with it, and improving his mobility when he on punches, making sure he can move straight away after using it. It's not perfected, but it's definitely the start of his new style. And that's it, guys. If you have any, please like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you're new.